We are honored that so many of you were able to participate in this very special evening as we confer America's Society Cultural Achievement Award on Gustavo Dudamel. Culture throughout history has always served as an amazing bridge for communication and friendship among the peoples of a country and between countries. Gustavo, you are the most distinguished Venezuelan cultural figure of your generation. And thus, if I may, see this as your moment of opportunity to begin to provide a bridge for all peoples of Venezuela, young, old, rich, poor, of differing ideologies and political views, to communicate and dialogue for Venezuela, and of course be an ambassador for youth and all of the people around the world. So tonight it is our great honor to recognize you with the 2016 America's Society Cultural Achievement Award.
With great humility, I accept this award for myself. But I also accept it for the children of the world, particularly the 700,000 youth playing in El Sistema in Venezuela, and the kids of the Youth Orchestra of Los Angeles, and also all the programs inspired around the world by El Sistema. They are me. I was once a child with a dream, and I was lucky enough to live in a country where that dream could become a magical reality. This magical reality, thanks to a magical man, Maestro José Antonio Abreu. My belief is that music is one of the things that brings people together, no matter their differences. In my orchestras, I have the children of noblemen and the children of factory workers, and they all come together with a common purpose. As I watch the unrest in Venezuela and also the unrest right here in the United States, I'm reminded what a polarized world we live in. And in today's world, it is not enough just to disagree. People disagree with violence and aggression. My great hope is that while we recognize that we have many differences and beliefs, we can focus our energy on tolerance, on healing, and on finding things that unite us and our common goal. It is then, and only then, that we will be able to work together for a common good and create a better future for all.
You're being honored tonight because of your journey, your enormous success, your contributions to music, particularly with children, and to the world of music. But I want you to take us back a little bit to where this all started. El Sistema, Maestro Abreu. This changed your life. How?
Well, I cannot imagine myself without Sistema. Mm-hmm. And this is something that Maestro Abreu have been, very clear about the poverty. It's not about money. It's not about material things. It's that you are excluded. You are poor. Immediately, you make a relation. If you are poor, you are marginal, and you are criminal in a way. And this is the thing. We are fighting with a values crisis. The Sistema brings that to these children. Because it's not only to play an instrument, because that fact is something like that you can do everywhere. It's the fact that you work together with a team, That is why it's the orchestral Sistema. It's not a regular conservatory. We learn music with others, playing in an orchestra. You know, I'm remembering, they gave me an instrument, the violin, when I was 8 years old, 9, and then I remember this big maestro in my town. He said, I play only the national anthem, you know, and the C level, you know, the CCC level, no A. And then the program was very long and I didn't play the rest, but he said, don't worry, play.
Just play.
And I was in the middle of this 100 of musicians in the back of the second violin section, you know, in the middle of the sound. That for me was the moment that I said, I want to be a musician. And even I was not playing the notes, but it was the feeling of
inclusion.
Of this inclusion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And no matters if I was the best violin player or the worst, I was allowed to be there. This is the action of orchestral music, let's say, or symphonic music. You transform the people in front of you, the audience. But before, you get transformed by the music and by what you do on the stage during the rehearsals. This action gives to the children, I don't know, sensibility,
Yeah.
you know, creativity, beauty, a concept that we use a lot, but you know, we use only in the physical sense.
Right.
But beauty is a very deep concept. When you see the real beauty, when you go deeply in things like, you know, feelings, every feeling, love, everything.
As we saw.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You go through there, you know, you create this kind of soul.
But you also transformed youth music in Los Angeles and beyond, along with the LA Philharmonic and Deborah Borda. You started Yola, and now we see you in 2016 at the Super Bowl halftime show. How did this happen from Barquisimeto to there?
Well, it happened here in this city,
Yeah.
in New York. I met Chris Martin, good friend.
Oh, now we're good friends.
We are good friends.
Okay. All right.
No, but we met, no, but to talk about that.
I understand.
But from before, our friendship is from before, but to talk about that moment. And he said, we have to do something special. And I said, well, let's plan something, let's do something. In a moment, he got in touch, you know, with us, his team, and then we started to work. And the Super Bowl, I don't understand anything about the Super Bowl because we don't follow American football.
Yeah.
We are soccer.
Football. You're
Exactly.
the football.
We are football. And then the team came and said like, "Wow, my God, Super Bowl!" He said, yes, this is the thing where the people, you know, the most famous people in the
Sure.
halftime play. Yes, I know what is that. Then I'm getting into the American football, to be honest, because I was sitting with Deborah at the game, and she was explaining to me a little bit. But and I like, but it's completely surreal when you see not only classical music at the Super Bowl, but these faces,
Right.
this very, you know.
And you've seen them grow since you've been.
Absolutely, and I
Yeah.
know the background.
Yeah.
Some of them, you know, coming from illegal families. We know the reality. And they were heroes that day. Imagine, they were there. Even I asked to be aside because it was them.
It was their moment.
It was them. And it was magic. It was magic because they got back in Los Angeles and they were heroes. They were received by their families at Grand Avenue, you know, with and I cannot imagine how will be their life. You know, I did this, you know, more to see them in that place. You know, receiving that, you know,
Recognition.
recognition of their work and the work of their families.
So I have to ask you, Gustavo, this is the elephant in the room, as you sometimes say, about the current political situation in Venezuela. You've been criticized for not taking a stand, a side, a political side. Would you like to share your thoughts a little bit? Because you said it in your speech. Just a few days ago, there was violence again. It's just not going well.
We need more voices to unite, because there are many voices dividing us. Or you take one position, or you take the other. Why? If I do politics, imagine myself sitting in front of an orchestra where, let's say that the Sistema is a huge orchestra, 700,000 musicians in front of you. Imagine the political views that every family and every musician have, and their conductors have one position. It's impossible. It's impossible. So, what is my position? My position is the Sistema, and to keep working, because it's my way to do something for my country. To do something for my country is to say, we have to be united. So what I see the eyes of these children. I don't see the eye of this thing, of these people, no. I know what the children need and deserve. We know what we do. And I know every time that I'm sitting, because I live in my country, I spend half of the year in my country. So no one will come and tell me what is happening in the country, because I know.
You're there.
And I'm there. And I know the reality of what I do. I understand the situation in my country is difficult. And many people, they are scared. You know, you touch and it's like, rah! Mm-hmm. It's not tolerance right now in the country for a situation, for a perspective. And there are so many subjects. It's not only politics. It's not only economics. Because you solve that. You know that, politics, we were talking just before, that politics move. Also economy move. But the values, the human values, is the thing.